Hey there, hey. Oh my goodness. Okay. Happy New Year again. This is oh my gosh, we are what? We're halfway through January at this point. However, I will say this much. I had I had a friend tell me very recently that she was feeling kind of fatigued with the Happy New Year thing, right? Like, okay, it's the new year, fine, be done with it. However, the lunar new year is Saturday, I think. Saturday, Sunday. It's this weekend, the lunar new year. So I am honestly thinking that it is such a joyous occasion to be able to say, let us scrap the calendar year. Excuse my excuse my chest. Excuse my chest. I have something going on. It's a cold, probably, that kind of thing. It happens this time of year. That's what happens. So excuse me and expect me to clear my throat and to have some moments through this particular session. But what I wanted to say about the new year is that I don't know about you, but my calendar new year left me sitting flat on my ass on the 6th of this month. On the 6th day of this month, I was like sitting there crying my eyes out. So I am thinking that I would love to scrap this version of the new year and re-engage over the weekend with the lunar new year. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not even kidding. I'm just done. I'm done already. I'm done. We're 18 days, or well, I guess 19. Once this is published, 19 days into the new year. And yeah, I'm ready to start over already. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, that's important though. I mean, it's important to acknowledge that. It's important to acknowledge our awareness of where we are in our lives at any given point in time. And gosh, where I am at this point in time in my life is I'm wobbly. I'm wobbly. I'm in a place. I'm in a zone. I have been gosh, what's the word? What's a really good word? Dismissed, disregarded, um, misunderstood, 100%. And this year is already not starting off the way that I thought it would. And that is, let me come full circle back to dry January, by the way, because there is that. There is that. You will be tested beyond any limits that you ever thought you would. It's the world keeps spinning and life keeps happening. Whether you are trying to numb it or succumb or any of those things, it's going to happen anyway. Life continues to happen. And it's just, sometimes it's shitty. And sometimes you have to sit with that. You have to sit with those feelings, my friends. Oh my God. You have to sit with those feelings of just feeling shitty. I've had that. I've had that. It hit me really, really hard. On the 6th. What day is it? It's the 18th. So, what? I got to do math now. 12 days, 12 days in, 12 days into an expression of myself, and a thought, an acknowledgement that I am not being seen as I wanted to be seen, as I wanted to be perceived, as any of those things. Judged, very judged, feeling that, feeling very judged, feeling it. And so many times, especially over the past 12 days, so many times I have wanted to say, I know what could make this go away right now. I know what could make this all go away. I know what could make these feelings subside. I know what can make them quieter. Those voices that tell you that you're nothing, that you're stupid, that you that you fucked up. Yeah. Those voices. I finally realized, I have come to recognize and realize that that whole idea of the angel and devil on your shoulder, it's just two different versions of you. It's two different versions of you. Now, one is going to tear you down. The other is going to lift you up. But we always, or we seem to gravitate to the one that tears you down and says, yeah, you're a puss. You messed up. These are all the bad things that you have done in your life. Like not even last week. That's what happens. That's what's so wild and wonderful about all of this, by the way. It's like, that's how it happens. It's like not even we can't stop. That little devil on your shoulder cannot stop with, oh, this is how you fucked up last week. It's like, oh, let's go back and explore how you fucked up when you were 7. God. We don't need that. We do not need that in our lives. I want to share I want to share a Rumi quote. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. Gosh. But that's where I'm at. I'm feeling so much congestion in my chest, and a manifestation in the body of my feelings, my emotions that I've been holding in are trying to be seen right now. And so that is why I am I'm clearing. I'm thinking about things that I don't necessarily need to be thinking about, but I am. Because I am a human being. I'm a human being. And sometimes we make mistakes. It's what we do. We make mistakes, and it's okay to a point. However, there are times when those mistakes get intolerable to those around us. And I get that. I see that. I recognize that. And I want to also say that even on the other side of it, it's okay. It's okay to fuck up in life. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to say the wrong things, to do the wrong things, to be the wrong things to the people who are ultimately maybe not your people. I mean, that's the other thing. I had to think about that too. I had another moment actually this week where I was trying to connect with other people, like really like be in a room with other people. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's hard sometimes. That is really hard. And especially when you look around the room and you're like, these are probably not my people. They will probably never speak to me again. That kind of thing. Um, so notice that. Oh, ooh. That's what I noticed actually in the moment of sitting in that room saying, is this where I belong? Is this who I belong with? And knowing that I didn't, knowing that uh, none of these people were my people. They would probably not give me the time of day if I passed them on the street. And maybe that would have gone both ways. Like, same, maybe same. It's like, I'm, yeah. But I felt like such a fish out of water in that moment, in those moments of trying to find my people, trying to find my space, that I also realize that I have in the past been around people and places and spaces that I don't belong in, that I really tried to belong in. I tried to force it. Tried to force it. I tried to force the feelings of love and adoration. And you can't do that. You cannot do that. If you want to show up in a space and be accepted in that space, please, I'm begging you, show up authentically, show up as yourself. And if you are rejected, because that it will happen, if you are rejected, those are not your people. And it doesn't mean anything about you. It really doesn't even mean anything about them. It's just that we are not vibing. We are not vibing. We are not connecting. Do not try to force it. If I had a do-over, I would never try to force it. That is why I found myself in a room in a networking meeting earlier this week, like really paying attention to my body and thinking, I can't breathe properly right now. I can't, I just want out, please. Where's the exit? Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt like, where is the exit? Get me out of here. And I actually did that. I did that for just a second. I literally had to pee right in the middle of, I'm just sitting there going, okay, I'm listening to this speaker and it's okay. It's just okay. But right now my bladder is calling me and I got to go somewhere, right? So I found myself in the back of the room trying to figure out how to work the doors in this big ass room. And there were, 80 to 100 people in there. And I'm like, just let me open this door. How do I open these big doors? Yeah. I stood there like an idiot. I kept pushing and pushing. And this woman, she came up to me and she said, pull toward you. And I don't know. It was not it was not resonating with me. And pull toward me. What? That doesn't make sense. When you when you're trying to exit the room, you're pushing the doors away. You're just like Beyonce, pull. Right? Yeah, she's like, the doors toward you. It made no sense to me. It didn't make any sense in the moment. It did not make sense because I was already so beside myself. I was already in my own moment, in my own vibe of being, "Mm, I need to escape. I need to escape. Get me out of here. Get me out of here now. Give me a break from this moment right now. Let me out." And I panicked. And I didn't know when the woman said pull toward you, I was like, I don't even understand. I don't understand. I just want out. Show me the way out. Oh, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, all of that to say, I am not finished celebrating a new year. I do. I do. I want to do a lunar new year celebration for me this year. I really want to do that. I am exhausted with all of the performance. I am exhausted, and I mean that means that means these networking events, that means all of the things. I am exhausted. I am as exhausted with that as I am with the idea that when the calendar flips from December 31st to January 1st, like automatically things are going to line up the way that you want them to. And that's not life. That's not how this works. We all know that's not how this works, but we do it anyway. We go through these motions and we're just like, oh, it's the new year, blah, blah, blah. And my friends will say, I'm tired of everyone saying Happy New Year. I'm done with it. And I'm thinking, hey, but the reality is the new year is just getting started. It's just beginning. It's just beginning. Let's do that. Let's do something different. Let's follow the moon and the sun and the stars and the planetary alignments and all of those wonderful things. Let's do that instead of an arbitrary date on the calendar. How fun would that be? To just move through what really feels right, because it didn't feel right to me at the time, especially this year. There's something about this year. There is something about 2023. Great. It's a new date on the calendar. Fantastic. But I just didn't feel it. And now I'm ready. I'm ready to feel it. I'm ready to feel it this weekend. Like I really, really want to feel it this weekend. It's a new moon. So that is what the lunar new year is. It is, we celebrate the first new moon of the year. And so that's what it is. And I remember when I was visiting mom and for Thanksgiving, it was a new moon then too. And, she's in a very remote place. And I remember that I really wanted to do a new moon ceremony. And I did. I did the next morning. I didn't that evening, but I did the next morning. But I know that evening of the new moon, the stars shone so bright. The sky was so dark and I couldn't see 3 feet in front of me. It was like that. That's what happens when you are, in a rural place. When you're out in the country, when you're out in the sticks, versus being in the suburbs. But that's what I was thinking is I was like, I just want to embrace this new moon energy. And I want to feel all of the feelings. And that's what happens too with dry January. You do not get a pass. The world does not stop turning. The world does not stop turning, and it does not give you a break. I mean, it does not say, okay, hey, I see that you are not using your crutch this month. So, let me just go easy on you. No, no. 6 days into this year, I was planted flat on my ass. And I had to sit with that. I had to sit with that. I had to cry about it a lot. And then I also had to deal with the awareness, the knowledge, the understanding that people are saying things about me that aren't even close to being truthful, not even close to being truthful. And so, in some respects, I look at this and I know, again, I am navigating it like in real time. I am sharing this with you in real time because I am navigating it in real time, and it is not pretty. It is not even close to being pretty. It's not even close to being pretty. But I will say this. I will say this. When you know who you are and you know your truth, when people talk about you, when they tell lies about you, I mean, just flat out lies. When they do that, it's for their own entertainment, first of all. First and foremost, know that. It's for their own entertainment. It's like, oh, let me talk about Sunny. Let me tell you about her. She's a hot mess. Okay, great. Great. Say it. Say whatever you feel that you need to say. I know the truth. That is a thing. And that is what I ask of all of you, that you dip into your own body and you know your own truth. And whatever the masses may be saying about you, whether true or untrue, you know who you are. And that is all that matters. That is all that matters. God, I've had to remind myself of this so many times over the past couple of weeks. I've had to remind myself that I am a human being. Sometimes I make mistakes. That's life. That's life. And if any of you want to take any of my mistakes, if you want to do that with others, not me, it's not personal. If you want to take the mistakes of others and twist them into a fun story because it suits you, okay, do it. It's fine. It's fine. It really is. You know, I haven't done a Rumi quote this year yet. And this is the first one that I want to do. It's no, Siri, I'm not talking to you. Right. All right. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Yeah. So there it is. If I'm your world, wonderful. Hey. If I'm your world, wonderful. If not, ask yourself why you want to express things about who I am, why I'm here, who I serve, who I love, how I express myself, how I show up. And sometimes I will find a field and I'll just lay down in that field. And I did that too. I highly recommend that, by the way. Highly recommend. Grounding. It is so grounding. We're not just talking about like walking barefoot in the grass. We're talking about like laying down, like full body expression and just open and arms splayed out, arms and legs splayed out, and looking up to the sky and saying, here I am. Perfectly imperfect. A wonderful expression. Whew. All right. That's what I have for you in this moment. That is what I'm feeling. That is what I'm expressing. I hope you appreciate it. I love you. Talk soon. Bye.